President, I wish to second the motion of the Minority Leader through a manifestation.
All the motions of the Minority Floor Leader?
That is correct, Mr. President.
Duly noted.
May I deliver my manifestation seconding the motion of the Minority Leader, Mr.
The lady may
President?
proceed.
Salamat habi, Mr. President. I second the motion of the good Minority Leader. Forthwith, and with no further delay, the Senate President must be placed under oath as presiding officer. He must then administer the oath to the members of the Senate as judges of the impeachment court. And most importantly, the articles of impeachment, which have long languished in limbo, must forthwith be presented to the body. First of all, the Constitution establishes with clarity the mandatory nature of impeachment. And this textual interpretation is supported by the framers. Article 11 on accountability of public officers, Section 3, subsection 4, states in no uncertain terms that once, quote, the verified complaint or resolution of impeachment is filed by at least 1/3 of all the members of the House, the same shall constitute the articles of impeachment, and trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed, close quote. Hindi po mahirap intindihin ang utos sa sino mang tapat ang intensyong sundin ito. Ang paglilitis ay dapat agarang simulan nang walang pag-iwas o iba pang pagpapaliban. In fact, retired Justice Adolfo Azcuna, who wrote the procedural section that included the word forthwith, said that it meant, and I quote, immediately and without unreasonable delay, or in the national language official version, agad-agad, close quote. Sa kasong Chavez versus Judicial and Bar Council, GR number 202242, na dinisisyonan noong July 17, 2012, ipinaliwanag ng Korte Suprema na sa pag-interpreta ng saligang batas, dapat gamitin ang karaniwang kahulugan. Quote, it is a well-settled principle of constitutional construction that the language employed in the Constitution must be given their ordinary meaning, close quote. Simple lang po ang dahilan. Quote, the Constitution is not merely or not primarily a lawyer's document, but essentially that of the people, in whose consciousness it should ever be present as an important condition for the rule of law to prevail. Wala pong pagdududa. The impeachment trial must begin immediately, agad-agad, walang pag-iimbot. Yan rin ang paninindigan ng mga mismong naging bahagi ng pagbuo ng ating konstitusyon, kasama sina Attorney Rene Sarmiento, Chairperson Christian Monsod, at ang nabanggit kong si retired Supreme Court Justice Azcuna. Kahit ang mga propesor at praktikante ng batas sang-ayon na dapat simulan ang paglilitis sa lalong madaling panahon. Kasama dito ay mula sa Philippine Bar Association, University of the Philippines College of Law, Ateneo Schools and Colleges of Law, De La Salle University Tanyada Jokno School of Law, San Beda University Graduate School of Law, Philippine Law School, University of Santo Tomas, Lyceum of the Philippines College of Law, Adamson University College of Law, Colegio de San Juan de Letran, at Union of People's Lawyers Mindanao. I will submit these statements to the Secretariat and ask that they be made part of the official records of the Senate as annexes to this manifestation, seconding the motion of the Minority Leader. Moreover, a textual reading of the provisions on impeachment vis-a-vis the other provisions involving the legislature actually supports the contention that the impeachment proceeding is not bound by the legislative calendar. Ayon sa saligang batas, quote, the Commission on Appointments shall meet only while the Congress is in session at the call of its chairman or a majority of all its members to discharge such powers and functions as are herein conferred upon it, close quote. There is no such qualifier to be found in the provisions on impeachment. Secondly, beyond the textual clarity of the Constitution, the law should be interpreted to give life to its spirit. Ratio legis est anima. I am here before you to also appeal to the deeper purpose of the law and the spirit of the impeachment power is unmistakable. It is accountability. It is to ensure that no public officer, however powerful, is above the Constitution. Sinasabi nila na ang impeachment ay nasa Article 11 or Accountability of Public Officers portion ng ating saligang batas at hindi nasa Legislative Powers o Article 6 to underscore that impeachment was never meant to be part of the legislative process. Tama po iyon. However, there is a deeper reason to be fleshed out. It is because the power to impeach is, at heart, the power, nay, the duty to hold public officers accountable and to protect democracy from the abuse of power by the highest officials, public officials of our land. This process must not be rendered impotent through procedural subterfuge. Dapat po nating alalahanin na ang salita at diwa ng mga probisyon ng saligang batas ay hindi dinesenyo para lang paglaruan ng mga abogado. Itinakda ang mga ito para bigyang kahulugan at kapangyarihan ang taong bayang Pilipino. Sa pinakaunang probisyon ng Article 11 kung saan matatagpuan ang impeachment ay nakasaad, quote, "Public office is a public trust. Public officers and employees must at all times be accountable to the people," close quote. Sa Article 1, Section 1 naman, quote, "Sovereignty resides in the people and all government authority emanates from them," close quote. Ang kapangyarihan ng bawat opisyal ng pamahalaan ay hinihiram lang po natin sa taong bayan. At ang kapangyarihang ito ay nakasalalay sa patuloy nilang pagtitiwala at sa patuloy nating pagiging katiwa-tiwala. Ang pagdinig ng mga akusasyon sa impeachment trial ay itinalaga ng saligang batas para sukatin kung karapat-dapat pa ring patuloy na ipagkatiwala sa mga pinakamataas na opisyal ng pamahalaan ang lubos na kapangyarihang iniatas ng taong bayan sa kanila. Proteksyon nito laban sa pagbabaluktot ng batas, malubhang abuso, korupsyon at pagtataksil sa interes ng publiko. Ang pagtakas sa responsibilidad na ito ay insulto sa bawat Pilipino. Thirdly, nothing in the Senate Rules of Procedure in impeachment trials provides basis for this inordinate delay. Much has been said about attempts to follow proper procedure, but our own Senate Rules of Procedure on impeachment trials are bereft of any basis to justify the undeniable delay that has defined the Senate's proceedings thus far. Wala pong sinabi sa rules on impeachment na susundin ang legislative calendar, na bawal mag-impeachment trial on legislative recess, o na pag tinransmit sa last day yung articles of impeachment, ay kailangang in limbo ito, nakabitin sa ere. The inaction of our body on the articles of impeachment transmitted by the House of Representatives on February 5, 2025, is not because of anything definitive or inescapable written in the rules. Hindi po tayo inipit ng rules. Hindi po natin pwedeng sabihin na wala tayong choice, that we were straitjacketed by what our rules on procedure provided. We had a choice every step of the way. And our choice has been to delay, to drag our feet, to hide behind what we say are legal ambiguities. Tapos ngayon, if I might add, biglang bibilisan. An impeachment trial of all of 3 days. We've dragged our feet for several months, and then suddenly we tell the Filipino public that we are able to sift through the evidence and exact accountability from the second highest official in our land within a period of 3 days. What insanity is this? Lastly, I wish to address the point made by the good Senate President, who stated that the Senate cannot be dictated upon, and that the Senate plenary is supreme. Respectfully, while the Senate is granted the power and duty to try and decide impeachment cases, its authority is not unbounded. If it acts in violation of the Constitution itself, it can and should be corrected. Wala po sa rules na ang pagsisimula ng paglilitis at pag-convene ng impeachment court ay kailangan pang pagbotohan at aprubahan ng mayorya. Anyone who objects to commencing the impeachment trial is objecting to the Constitution itself. In the case of Francisco Jr. versus House of Representatives, GR number 160261, promulgated on November 10, 2003, the Supreme Court ruled, quote, "It is basic that all rules must not contravene the Constitution, which is the fundamental law. If, as alleged, Congress had absolute rule-making power, then it would by necessary implication have the power to alter or amend the meaning of the Constitution without need of referendum," close quote. Wala pong kapangyarihan ang Senado na iwaksi ang malinaw na utos ng saligang batas. Hinihimo ko po ang pinuno at mga kasamahan ko sa Senado. Sundin po natin ang malinaw na mandato ng saligang batas. Galangin po natin ang taong bayang nagbigay ng tiwala sa atin at simulan na po natin ang impeachment trial na ito. Dapat ay madali ang dinggin ito at ang paglilitis, sinsero at hindi minamadali. Takulang pasasalamat, Mr. President.
Duly noted and entered into the records. What is the pleasure of the Honorable Senator Tolentino?
Mr. President, we heard a few minutes ago the the statement delivered by the distinguished minority leader. And it would appear, Mr. President, that multiple motions were inserted calling for a ruling, not just from this body, but from the chair. As a point of information, Mr. President, may we know from the distinguished minority leader if he can just subdivide what is the main motion, what is the subsidiary motion, what is the incidental motion, because it appears now that this is confusing, Mr. President, especially on a matter of transcendental and constitutional importance, Mr. President.
With the permission of the Senate President.
Before recognizing the Honorable Minority Leader, what is the pleasure of the Honorable Villanueva?
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Minority Leader, Majority Leader. With the indulgence of our dear colleagues, this might be a prejudicial question before we actually dispense with the motion of the Minority Leader. But first things first, Mr. President, let me state for the record this representation's position from day one, Mr. President. The word forthwith, the crossing from 19th to 20th Congress, everything that the Minority Leader mentioned, Mr. President, ay sinishare ng representation na ito. Kailangan mag-convene ang impeachment court, kailangan magsimula. Ngunit naniniwala din po ako, Mr. President, and since day one, when the Senate President made mention about the June 2 schedule, this representation did not oppose nor pose an objection in this August chamber, Mr. President, because I believe what the Senate President is doing. When he extended it to June 11, I don't see any reason, or I would say undue delay, unnecessary delay, etc., because I think all of us here during that time would agree that the trial would commence on the 20th Congress. And having said that, Mr. President, let me just put into the records, Mr. President, our own rules, Mr. President, in the rules of impeachment, Rule 1. The Senate President must actually issue a notice, Mr. President, to the House of Representatives. And that's the reason why he wrote a letter in June 2 and then June 11, Mr. President. If I heard it right, Mr. President, and that's why I wanted to be clarified on this particular issue. If I heard it right, the minority leader's motion is for us to stop legislative work and start taking the oath of the Senate President as the presiding officer of the impeachment court and the senator judges. It would also mean, Mr. President, that we assume that the impeachment proceeding, the articles of impeachment had already been referred, Mr. President, because we have not. And so let me just put that on record, Mr. President. And again, I thank the minority leader and again share his views about the immediate convening of our impeachment court. And I don't see any reason, Mr. President, why we should convene now than on Wednesday, Mr. President, which is 2 days from now. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Minority Leader.
So, Mr. President, so that we can
The Minority Leader will respond to the
so we can dispose of the pending
clarification
matter.
asked for.
So, as the minority leader said, nandyan na yan. Huwag na natin tignan yung nakalipas. Forward na tayo, no? Second, I just want to comment dun sa mga law schools. I appreciate it. And I'm happy they're very active and I'm happy that they have statements. But may I advise them also to be consistent? Kasi si Congressman Cardema nag-file ng impeachment laban sa Pangulo. Hindi tinanggap sa House eh. Wala naman ako narinig na mga sinasabi na dapat ang konstitusyon masunod at dapat tinanggap ng House yan. So of course, hindi naman trabaho ng mga law schools na in each and every impeachment case magsalita. Pero in a highly charged environment. Can you imagine, Mr. President, during the campaign, sa mismong media interviews ng top news channels natin, tatanungin yung kandidato, pag kayo nanalo, are you for or against the impeachment case? Klaro naman ang sagot dun eh. Ang sagot doon, hindi kami pwede mag-comment kasi magiging judge kami. Pero hindi. Sinagot pa rin ng mga kandidato at tinanong pa rin ng media. Pero kung konstitusyon ang masusunod, ang sagot doon iisa lang, mag-o-oath kami, dapat neutral kami. Kaya lang eleksyon eh. Kasi masama naman talaga timing ng pagka-file nito eh. Magpa-file ka during the campaign. That's the reality there. Kaya nga sa US, pagka-jury system, pwede mo i-sequester yung jury. Papayag ba tayo nung February na i-sequester tayong 23? Na ikukulong tayo at hindi tayo makikinig sa kahit anong media at i-determine natin ito? Maybe may papayag sa atin, meron hindi. But wag na tayo magsisihan. So I'll go to my question. So maybe that's why Shakespeare said, if you want justice, first kill all the lawyers. Diba? Kasi nga labanan ng mga abogado to, pero hindi ibig sabihin na wala silang mga personal na bias nila. Mahirap magsalita dito na insulto sa lahat ng Pilipino to, eto ang gusto ng taong bayan. Ang daming lugar sa buong Pilipinas yung Duterte nanalo ang kampanya nila, wag ituloy yung impeachment So, sasabihin ko ba na yun ang will ng tao? Pero kung titingnan ko naman lahat ng comments ngayon sa Facebook, sa SOCMED, gusto naman ituloy. Pati si Vice President Sara, sabi niya, I want to be held accountable. So siya yung sabihin ko, yan ang gusto ng taong bayan. Napakahirap po nung sitwasyon natin. That's why we need wisdom. But first question ko po, prejudicial question. Ano bang rules ang unang masusunod? Rules ng Senate o rules ng impeachment? Bakit to importante at bakit to prejudicial question? Tinitignan ko po kaninang umaga yung comment, allegedly, hindi ko sure, wala naman nakalagay doon na siguradong totoo yun, but meron pong comment ang defense team ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Correct me if I'm wrong, Senator Bato, Senator Bongo, my good friend, my brother, Senator Robin, kasi hindi ko alam kung official yon. To paraphrase, ang sabi nila, hindi magandang mag-comment sila, but they'd like to reiterate na tingin nila labag sa konstitusyon yung impeachment complaint na to dahil ito'y pang-apat at lumalabag to sa isang complaint sa isang taon. Okay. Kung yun ang stand nila, sino po ang hihimay sa issue na yan? Ang plenary ba under the Senate rules? Or yung impeachment court under the impeachment rules? Bakit ko po ito sinasabi? Kung may pinadalang bill ngayon yung House of Representatives, halimbawa dyan sa 200 pesos, at second reading pa lang halimbawa siya, pag ni-refer natin sa Committee on Rules natin yan, magbabay-cam na ba kagad tayo o sasabihin natin, sandali lang, second reading pa lang sila, kailangan mo ng third reading pa lang. Ang sinasabi sa akin ni Senator Villanueva ngayon, pinadala lahat ng records except for the bill that they passed. So we cannot act on the 200 peso minimum wage, additional sa minimum wage. But that's my point, Mr. President. Sino po magde-decide? Tayo po ba as senators o tayo as senator judges? Kung nilabag ang konstitusyon doon. And doon naman ako sumasang-ayon sa mga law schools. Let's proceed. Let's look at it. But yun nga ang question. Yung complaint ba is firm, legal, according to Constitution, or may constitutional infirmity ito? My last question is just a question of logic. Nag-move yung ating minority leader na to convene na as a impeachment court. Yung ating deputy, sabi niya, hindi na kailangan magbotohan. Eh, pag nag-move ka, may botohan. So, sino masusunod sa dalawa? Why do I say this? I'm saying it not because it's funny that one will move and then kailangang magbotohan, then the other one will move na magbotohan. Eh, kung matalo botohan, eh, sabi niya, hindi kailangan ng botohan eh. I say this for a simple practical reality. When you say the Senate, it is composed of 24 or in this case, 23 senators. So pag sinabi mong gumalaw ang Senado, ibig sabihin po, either walang nag-object or may botohan at yung majority masusunod. I cannot say right now, like Senator Villanueva, that I'm 100% in agreement with Senator Coco and Senator Risa. I can tell you I'm in agreement with certain things they've said. For example, Mr. President, it's our constitutional duty. Kailangan mag-proceed. We should have done it earlier. But again, I won't blame you. I won't blame them. I'll blame myself. I could have written you a letter. I could have said na February, mag-ano na tayo. But let me just explain that one point. Why didn't I write you a letter, Mr. President? Kasi pag Pangulo yung ini-impeach, every single day na nandyan, kung totoo ang allegation sa Presidente, we all suffer. The country suffers, our institution suffers, accountability suffers. Pero pag Vice President, especially ngayon, hindi naman siya binigyan ng ibang trabaho eh. Wala naman siya sa kabinete. Yes, I want accountability. Pero between today and Wednesday, I'd rather pass yung Konektadong Pinoy at saka yung e-government at lahat ng ibang bills na nakapending dyan. So, Mr. President, may I end by reiterating the question. Do we follow first the rules of the Senate or do we go into the impeachment court? Sino magde-decide nung allegations ng defense na na-violate ang Constitution sa one impeachment per year? The second is just to continue my observation, Mr. President. I agree with many here. Wala tayong choice, forthwith. But I disagree na sa Tagalog, agad-agad ang forthwith. Ang forthwith, yung ibig sabihin nun sa Tagalog is yan na yung susunod. Yan na yung gagawin mo. Oo, immediate yung agad-agad. Hindi ako expert sa linguistics, pero medyo hindi agad ang Tagalog ng forthwith. Yung immediately, yon agad yon or agad-agad, di ba? So, maya-maya, hindi, ibig sabihin ng forthwith, sang-ayon naman ako eh, ang ibig sabihin ng forthwith, wala ka nang, to quote dos por dos, susunod na. O yun ang ibig sabihin ng forthwith. Yung wala ka nang hihintayin, yun na. Kaya agree ako sa inyo na kailangan talakayin natin yung impeachment complaint. Pero gusto kong iklaro, sa tama o sa mali, botohan ang mangyayari sa atin. Hindi pwede pong bumoto yung 15 na hindi magko-convene yung impeachment. Tapos 9 kami o 8 tayong magpapakita doon na naka-robe. Kasi sinabi ng 15, hindi magko-convene eh. Anong pwedeng gawin? Pupunta ka ng Supreme Court, uutusan tayo ngayon ng Supreme Court. Yun ang legal system natin, Mr. President. So sana, tama desisyon natin para hindi na tayo maghintay na utusan pa tayo ng Supreme Court. Pero yung sabihin na walang botohan dito, I agree with the spirit nung sinasabi ni Senator Risa na dapat wala na. But the practical reality is that you have one senator who asked for a vote. We have to vote and the majority will follow. But yun nga, Mr. President, reiterate ko lang yung tanong ko. So dito po sa one-year rule, sino po magde-decide niya? Is it the Senate sitting as legislator, so rules muna ng Senate? Or is it the impeachment court? Because if it is the Senate, we cannot yet convene as an impeachment court because we haven't tackled that issue. But if it is the impeachment court, then we can go, and that's the first issue that we will have to tackle, whether it is a valid complaint. No? At tinatanong ko lawyers ko, hati din po eh. Sabi nung kalahati, hindi, dapat yung Senate kasi it's treated like any other legislative matter. Titignan muna natin kung tama yung pagka-transmit sa atin. Eh malay mo, transmit sa atin, nahack pala. Hindi pala galing sa House of Representatives. That might sound like a silly example, but it is. It is possible. That's why we have to look at it. Thank you, Mr. President.
Before the chair responds, chair would like to afford the opportunity to the other members who would want to add to the discussion and the knowledge being imparted regarding the subject matter at hand.
So, President, Senator De La Rosa is seeking the floor.
Senator De La Rosa.